in Quest Travel B. And then of course at the very beginning we want to enable the content. And then we click yes. Okay, so if you notice, you have your objects over here. You have your tables, your queries, and your reports that are already built in the data file for you. So we want to click the Create tab, and we're going to click Query Wizard. And then we're going to click OK because we want to use the simple Query Wizard. Now we're going to click the Tables and Queries list arrow. So right here, we're going to choose the Tours table. And then we want to double click tour name. We want to double click city. You can also click once and click this top arrow and it adds it to our selected fields. We want to add category and we want to add cost. Now we're going to click the tables, queries, list arrow again. And we're going to choose the customers table. So now from the customers table, the fields that we want to select are first name, last name, and then we click next. These are all the fields that are going to show up in our query. Okay, so we're going to click next and then we click next again. And then we're going to select Tours Query for the title, and we want to change the title to Tour Customers. And then we're going to click Finish. We have all the field names that we selected. We have tour name, city, category, cost, first name, last name. Okay, now we're going to double click Stanley in the Stanley Bay Shelling tour name, and either the second or third. So I'm just going to double click Stanley, and it highlights that whole word, and we're going to type Princess. And then we click on any other record, and it changes all of the Stanleys to Princess. Now we're going to double click Gabriella in the last name field, and we want to type Dodd, D-O-D-D-S, Dodds. And we click somewhere else, and it changes all the Gabriellas to Dodds. Now we're going to click the record selector button. The record selectors are over here, these blue boxes. When you click the record selector, it selects the entire record, everything across. So we're going to click the record selector button to the left of the first record, so this first one, and then we're going to click Home, and then we're going to click Delete. And then yes, we're sure we want to delete this record. Next, we're going to right click the Tours Customer Query tab. Just want to right click here and close it. Okay, now we're going to double click the Tours by State query. Tours by State. So opens that up. And then we're going to click our View button. So we'll go back to Home and click View. And this changes us to Design View. Remember, we design or set up our query in Design View. We add our data in Datasheet View. So we need to be in Design View. If you click your arrow, you can choose different views. If you just click on it, it swaps back and forth between Design and Datasheet View. So right now we're in Design View. We're going to click the first criteria cell, which is down here. First criteria cell for the state name field. So this one here. And then we're going to type Colorado. And then we're going to click the View button, and it only shows us the fields with the state name of Colorado. Okay, now we're going to click the File tab, and we're going to click Save Object As, and we're going to type Colorado Tours, and click OK. And that saves just that one query. It doesn't save the whole database as that name. It saves the one query. Notice up here on our database name we still have Quest Travel B as the database name. We did save object as, so it just saves that one object. If you do save database as, then that would resave the name of the entire database. Okay, now we're going to click on the Home tab, and we're going to right click Colorado Tours query. So we're going to right click here and close. Alright, now we're going to double click Tours by Category query. Now we're going to click the View button. We have to go back to Home. Click the View button. We want to make sure that we're in Design View. This is Design View. This is Datasheet View. Make sure you're in Design View. And we're going to double click the duration field in the Tours field list. There's duration. And we're going to click Ascending in the category Sort cell. Okay, so here's category Sort. Click Ascending. And then we're going to click the arrow and we're going to choose Not Sorted. And that changes it from being sorted in ascending order alphabetically to we have no sort at all for the category field. Now we're going to double click the tour start date sort cell, and we're going to choose ascending. Then we're going to double click duration, and that adds it here, and we're going to specify that we want an ascending sort. I believe that we want to take the not sorted off of here. We should have sort ascending for the tour start date and the duration is all. Okay, now we're going to click the View button, and we have our results. Now they're sorted in a different order. Okay, we have them sorted according to duration and the tour start date. Okay, instead of by the category or the tour name. Okay, now we're going to click the Find button, and we're going to type Sightseeing. And then we're going to click the Replace tab, and we click Replace With, and we're going to type Cultural. And we're going to click Replace All. And yes, we want to continue. And then we're going to click Cancel. So it replaced all sightseeing with cultural. Now we're going to right click the Tours by Category Query tab, and we want to close. Yes, we want to save. Next step, we're going to double click the Tours table. And then we're going to click any occurrence of adventure. So let's find adventure right here in the category. I'm going to double click that, and I'm going to click the selection button in the sort and filter group. So let's go back over to the Home tab, and here's sort and filter. There's selection, and we want to click equals adventure. Then we're going to click the advanced button, and we want to click filter by form, and then we're going to click tour start date cell. Tour start date, we'll click in there, and we're going to type 7/*/2012. And what the asterisk does is it brings up any occurrence. Okay, it's like a wild card is what they call it. It's a wild card selecting any date in the month of July for the year of 2012. Okay, now we're going to click the toggle filter button. So we're going to toggle filter, and that shows us any existence of this date in the month of July 2012 with the category of adventure. So we're going to close the tourist data sheet, and yes, we want to save this. Alright, now we're going to click the Create tab, and we're going to click the Query Design button, and then we'll double click Tours, and we're going to close this box here, and we're going to drag the lower edge of the tourist field list so that all of the fields are displayed. So you have to move your mouse until you get the arrow so it lets you drag it down. Okay, we're going to double click tour name, and notice it goes down here in our fields. Then we're going to double click duration, double click state, double click category, okay, we're going to click the first category cell and state abbreviation, and we're going to type capital F, capital L, and then we're going to click the view button, and that displays all the states for Florida, and that's all we have in our query. So we basically access you know, which are the records that only have Florida as their state. Okay, now we're going to click the view button again to go back to our design view, and notice now we have quotations around our FL. It just did that automatically. We didn't have to do that. Now we're going to click the first criteria cell for the category field, and we're going to type family. Make sure you spell it right. Click our view button again, and it shows us ones with category of family and the state of Florida. Okay, we're going to go back to design view and change again our criteria. We're going to click criteria for duration. It's supposed to be less than or equal to 7. And it shows us only less than or equal to 7 with Florida as the state and family as the category. Alright, so now we're going to save. And we're going to type family FL as the name of our query. And then click OK. We want to right click and do copy. And then right click in a blank spot in the navigation pane, like right over here is easy, and then you do paste, and then we're going to type we're going to type family adventure FL. And then click OK. So we're going to go back to design view so we can set up a different design for this query. We're going to click the second criteria cell in the category field. So under category, we're going to click under family, and notice over here this says OR. And now we're going to type adventure. So we're going to tell it to look for categories of family or categories of adventure. And now we're going to click our view button, and it shows us adventure or families. We're going to go back to another design, and we're going to click the second criteria under duration. I'm going to type less than or equal to 7. And under state, we're going to type in Florida also, or FL. We should have 7 records. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have it right. Okay, and it shows us Florida less than or equal to 7, adventure or family. Okay, so now we're going to close. Yes, we want to save. Alright, now we're going to double click the customers table. Okay, so with the customers table open, we're going to go to File, Print, and Print Preview. We're going to click in the header of the printout to zoom in, and then we're going to click the next page button. Here we go. Next page. And then we're going to click landscape, so it changes the view or the layout. And then it's just laid out landscape view versus, or landscape orientation versus portrait. And then we're going to close our print preview. And we're going to click the font list arrow. There we go. And we want to choose Times New Roman. Times New Roman and 12. And then we're going to use our pointer to adjust the field sizes or the column sizes between the city and street, because you can't see all of the streets. So when you point between those two columns, you can double click and it adjusts the size to show all of the data. We're going to do the same thing between phone and first contact, so it shows all of the phone numbers. Then we're going to go File, Print again, Print Preview, and notice how we have it. We have 2 separate pages, but all of each column shows up on one page, so it just looks nicer. Then we're going to close the print preview. And we're going to right click and close the table. Yes, we want to save it.